How would you describe your design aesthetic in a few words?
This is the easiest question. It's very feminine, it's girly, and it is almost always pink. I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago, which is in the Caribbean. It's filled with color, there's carnival, ocean hues, the green foliage, so I definitely grew up influenced by that color. But the people themselves are really warm and really friendly, and there's a loving spirit, and I feel like those characteristics have also found their way into my art. I first fell in love with fashion before it turned into fashion illustration. I definitely credit my grandmother, my maternal grandmother. She was a seamstress. Her room was filled with butterick paper patterns with their beautiful illustrations. And I really fell in love with fashion just watching her. I think what sparked the interest in fashion illustration was definitely a conversation I had with a professor of mine when I was studying my MFA. He identified my love of fashion, and he was really the one who suggested to me, why don't you consider fashion illustration? One of my first jobs when I moved to the US was with the Flavia company. They gave me an amazing opportunity to create my own card line. I named it Princess Anne. Anne-Marie is my mom's middle name. It was filled with all of my favorite things. There were girls, perfume bottles, and bags, and shoes, and makeup. So many of the things I do now at Brighton. I was hired in January 2022, just as a freelance designer with Brighton. On my very last day, they posted another job that they were looking for a fashion illustrator. And I ended up coming back, I think it was in June of 22, as Tom Clancy's design partner on Fashionista. Santorini Blue was my first collection with Tom, and I learned that in Fashionista, the theme of destination and travel is a very big concept. Just the year or two prior, I had visited Santorini with my family, so I mentioned it to Tom and he loved the idea. It was such a collaborative effort. I don't think anyone can truly get into Tom's mind. It was incredible, but it really gave me a glimpse into how he approached his work and his art. One of them would be as a member of the Costume Designers Guild. I've met some amazing designers in the process and worked on some amazing shows and projects, so it's a good transition into fashion illustration. There have been a lot of things that have helped me with Fashionista, but probably one of the greatest has been as a live sketch artist. When someone's sitting in front of you for 10 minutes, you only have that amount of time to really capture the essence of who they are. Fashionista needs to be loose brush strokes and quick, and so that skill has helped me so much. There's really so much that I enjoy about being at Brighton. Obviously, the opportunity to just be creative and illustrate every day, that's a pretty rare occurrence now. I also love to share the stories. Owning the product is one thing, but I think having an understanding of what goes into it, what is the story, having a human quality at Brighton is something that really separates it. My partnership with Tom and the time that I was able to spend working with him and learning from him, I was able to, just have my name beside his on a product. And every time I see it, it is incredibly special to me, and it reminds me of how special he made women feel and anyone who wears a Fashionista product. My hope is that I can do the same.